Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Trinity Page. Yes, that is me. Hope everyone is okay and doing really, really well, especially with these crazy energies that are around. We've actually got till May the 14th before things start to settle. So I was telling a few people in friends, of course. Shouldn't call them people, friends. Yes, if you've got any time at all, please take your shoes off, put your feet in the grass, on the ground, and just really ground yourself and just take a moment. Take a moment. It's going to be, well, a week's already gone, which is great. So yeah, there's like 2 more weeks to go. So yes, please use that technique because I have been, and even though I'm aware and connected, and I'm still finding myself having to do that more than usual. So please, everyone, do that if you can. So I did want to clear up some things with my last video, and I actually, once I watched it, when I said, I'd love to show you the cat, and then I see him bouncing around on the bed in the background. It was quite funny. So I wanted to just say you probably did see him in the end. And I also wanted to say with it's probably a weird thing that I said, and that I have said before as well, like using toilet and God in the same sentence. It's kind of, yeah, sounds probably weird. But what I'm meaning there is I spend so much time at work, and, you got to get through it as best you can. And often, I especially when, my father passed away and getting back to work, I did, take my moments in the toilet to have my quiet word with God. So that's what that is all about. I mean, if you can, wherever you are, because it is so important, as I say, wherever you are, where you can take a quiet moment to connect and have that little chat or give what you need to him. So that's where that came from. So I didn't want anyone to think, that I'm strange going into the toilet all the time. It kind of sounded weird. So I just wanted to clear that up totally. So yeah, and I did want to clear up with you know, uh also talking about, the brainwashing of everything in this world, which is all an illusion. So me, myself, I don't watch TV. I'm barely on my phone. If it is, it's like watching YouTubers, basically, who I like, who I follow. Yeah, I just don't do that. I haven't done that in a long time. Like, don't get me wrong, I have actually sat down because I've been with someone who, let's watch a movie, and I'm like, yeah, okay, let's do that. um, and yeah, I must say, it's not my thing. I just think, who comes up with this stuff, it's this sad, sadistic stuff. I don't know. Anyway, so that's another story. I did touch on a little bit. I said something about depression, so I did want to just touch on that a little bit as well. So um, I years ago when I was like 21 after I had my first child. I was Well, the doctor diagnosed me with depression. I took the tablets for a week and threw them in the bin. And this is not for everyone. This is not everyone's story. If you need to take them, take them. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not a doctor. Although I could have been a doctor, I'm not a doctor. um, but I do believe in what works and what doesn't for me. For me. And that's why I just like to share. So that was by my obstetrician, actually. So the doctor that delivered my child diagnosed me with depression. And it's a funny story, actually, because he then got out of obstetrics and then went into um, like dealing with depression, whatever that is called. So I had, like, he's a lovely doctor. I had a 2-hour appointment with him. I told him all what was coming up for me through my childhood and my trauma. And he's like, straight away, medication. I'm like, yeah, whatever you think, because I trusted him. He's a great, great doctor. And he also put me to a psychologist as well, who was great too, because I'd never been to one. I never dealt with anything. So I threw the tablets out. I thought, I don't need this. In fact, they made me feel worse. So I didn't take them. So, but going to the psychologist, and this is important too, because I only went to like 2 sessions, and she was like one of the top psychologists. So, how I got there, I don't know. And she was very expensive. So that's hence why I only did 2. But it was just nice. I remember the first session, and the very first thing she said to me after I said what the issue was, or the trauma was, what I went through, the very first thing she said to me was, I am so sorry. That would have been so awful for you. And not one person had ever said that to me in my whole 21 years of life. That made all the difference. It really did. So please, if someone is telling you their story or sharing their story, their trauma, their whatever they went through, please, with your heart, if you can say that to somebody, that I'm so sorry you went through that. Look at you now. Or, well, she didn't even say that because back then. But that can make the difference. Just that one little thing can make a huge difference in someone's life. And it sure did me. And then I was lucky enough to, as I said, cost was a factor back then. So I found this lady who sort of, worked from home. I guess she was spiritual, although it didn't I can't even remember what she called herself. Anyway, I went there, and that's when she introduced me to Louise Hay. You Can Heal Your Life. And from then on, my life just changed. And I worked on myself very, very slowly. It was a long, long process. A very long process. But I'm really happy now, and happy with me. I'm not happy with my situation, my room. Like, I'm thankful. But I'm so happy with who I am. So happy. And that's the most important thing in the world. Once you find that peace, that joy, that love for you, it's amazing. It really is amazing. It is so good. I cannot tell you. There's still things that I have to heal. There's still so many things. I mean, we're not going to ever probably heal ourselves while we're on this planet, but we can do a lot of healing within ourselves. And it's a never ending thing. I was telling my friends last night, we're bigger than onions. We are so much bigger than onions. We have so many layers, it's not funny. And it's a matter of working through it, accepting it, and just allowing it. They're the three things. And once you heal, it's also easy to lose weight, to feel better, get rid of your bad habits, whatever. It's so much easier because you're healing from within. So, like, the weight is just dropping off me at the moment. It's just because I'm healing. And people are saying, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" It's like I'm just realizing energy, and I'm realizing that I don't really have to eat unless I'm hungry. So it's kind of, food's not a thing to me anymore. It's just something I will do when it's like I'm in tune. So I will do it when my body says so, and it's not because I want to. It's clearly just because my body's saying, hey, I need a little bit of something. And that's all it is. So, which is really good because I've had the mind and the soul part really, really good. And now I just need to start to be more in tune with my body. And that's all I'm doing, is starting to be more in tune with my body. That's it. There's no special diet, remedy, or anything. It's just healing and becoming aware and being in tune. That's it. And I do have to tell you something that I listen to every night when I go to sleep. Some nights I have missed, I must say, but pretty much, every night. I don't know what, 95% is the Ho'oponopono. I'm going to have to get that, but that's what it is. And it is a forgiveness on YouTube that repeats for an hour. So if you put it on just as you're ready to go to sleep, and then you take it in for an hour, and it is truly amazing for forgiveness, for yourself, and for others. And yeah, it's just beautiful. So I hope I cleared some things up. I didn't really say what I wanted to about depression. So I did say that, I know that a lot of people are depressed right now, having issues, anxiety, and things like that. I just, you need medication, whatever you need, go do that. I just want to give alternatives for when you are anxious, for when you're feeling down, please give it to God. So I did have to mention that. So that's what that was all about. So please take care. I will see you again soon. Bless you all.